Mark is with us. Mark is in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Hey, Mark, what's up?
Hey, Dave, great to be on the show. I appreciate you taking my call. It's an honor. You're doing a great service.
Thank you, sir. How can we help?
I have a daughter who is 15 and a half years old. She's going to be starting driver's ed here in the next couple weeks.
Yeehaw.
I'm in the market for a car for her. It's exciting and nerve-wracking, of course.
Yeah.
I'm in the market for a car for her, and the car that I'm looking at is fairly expensive. It's about a $14,000 car. I can afford it, so that's not an issue. I can pay cash, and that's not going to be a problem. But I've never done this before, and $14,000 just seems like a lot of money for a car for a teenage girl. And am I being crazy here? Do I need to be shopping for a $5,000 car instead, just to kind of start her off on the right foot as far as showing her how to value shop for a car? I mean, the idea here is I want to buy a car that's going to last forever. I want all-wheel drive because I'm in Michigan. And I want a good, reliable car. But I don't know. That just seems like a lot of money, and I thought nobody knows better than Dave, so let me give him a call.
But you're right about that, Mark. I'm not in those shoes yet. My kids are little.
What'd you pay for your first one when you were a teenage girl?
I think it was like $15,000.
$1,000?
I think my mom.
Oh, wow.
That's what Mom got for me.
Was that on payments?
No.
They paid cash for it.
She paid cash for it.
She went big.
Yeah.
Go big or go home.
It's funny though, because it's like it's when you think about you do want something safe. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be. I don't think 5,000 or 15,000. Like I think you could find a middle range if that felt like too much money to you for whatever reason. You know, one of the things that you talk about, Dave, is how you did it with your kids. And Rachel and I are very good friends, so she's talked about it from the daughter's perspective of having a skin in the game when she helped pay for her car, but she treated her car differently because she had to pay for part of it. And I think there's something to that, regardless of the amount of money, where you take care of it, you value it. It doesn't just feel like, you can just, be careless with it. So I don't know. I mean.
Yeah, Mark, what we did was they paid whatever they saved up, we would match it. We had 401 Dave.
I'm going to do that with my kids, Mark. I'm serious. I love this plan.
In Rachel's case, she saved up $6,000 and she got a $12,000 little 323 Beamer, which is a pretty sweet little car, actually. Not a bad first car at all. And but she had saved up half of that, and I matched it. You're late in the game to start that process because you're on the cusp of buying the thing. Does your daughter have any money to put some skin in the game? To Christy's point,
she does. Frankly, I don't have her work too much. In my house, we really prioritize education and doing well in school. Working at this point, not quite as much. I mean, that's going to come, and they do work. They do work some. But even when they do, there's not a whole lot of money necessarily involved. I mean, if I can have them doing, volunteering and working here at home, I'm okay with that because money is not as much a concern, at least for me.
Yeah.
So I guess the short answer is no. They don't have much in the way of savings.
Okay. Well, you need to do something emotionally so that when her friend drops a McDonald's large Coca-Cola in the passenger seat, that she cringes.
You could have her even just pay for insurance, Mark, where if she speeds, gets a speeding ticket, that insurance goes up, she's paying for the insurance. She could work a day or two a month and make enough money to cover insurance,
There's something very valuable about having some skin in the game. Overall, obviously, just in talking to you, you're making a lot of money, you got a lot of money. This is not an issue. It's not out of control. I do tell people that it's whatever kid car you get as your first one, you're going to screw it up. I mean, you're going to destroy it.
Yeah, it's not going to be a forever car. I think he said that.
Yeah,
Get that out of your head.
That's a joke. That's not even good. They didn't make it halfway through college with their first cars. Yeah. But four-wheel drive in your area, I don't have a problem with that. Something reliable, I don't have a problem with that. Something safe, I don't have a problem with that. You can get all of those things for a lot of different price ranges. But you've got the money. It's not a problem. But I'm more concerned with with her posture towards the car. Than I am the actual expense of it. And, we live in a neighborhood where people buy 16-year-olds, $35,000 BMWs because they're brain damaged. Now, that's stupid, okay? and I would just call you on that. But what you're describing is not out of line. It's not out of line with what we did, and it was a few years ago that we did it. I'm going to send you a copy of Rachel and I's #1 best-selling book, Smart Money, Smart Kids, which is how we taught. Rachel and I wrote it together. It was a #1 bestseller. Her from the daughter perspective, me from the dad perspective. It's how we taught our kids how to handle money, and it discusses this car thing a lot in there. So, like I said, it was a #1, and I'll send it to you. I think you'll enjoy it. You may pick up a couple of points. Nothing you're doing there is wrong. We teach in that book that regardless of whether they have to or not, our job as parents is to train children, as our friend Andy Andrews says, not to be good kids, but to be great adults. In order to do that with money, they need to have 4 skills. They need to know how to work. And so I don't think your daughter's working enough. I would have her doing more work just because I want to teach her to work. And you worked.
Yep.
Rachel worked.
Yep.
And neither one of you had to, from a standpoint your parents weren't broke or something
Right.
like that. Work, give, save, and spend wisely. Spend wisely, give wisely, save wisely, and work wisely, and learn to do all those things. And you're not doing those things because they create a lot of money, but because I want you to build those muscles.
It's the habits. It's the I have to be on time, and if not, I have a boss to report to. You know, Dave, before I worked here, I worked for the YMCA. I had a staff of teenagers. I would have sometimes the mom call me and tell me, Johnny's sick. I'm like, Johnny needs to call. This is Johnny's job. You learn these
Helicopter mom.
These skills for life. It's not about the paycheck. It's about the skills for life.
Johnny's gonna be late. Was Johnny's little cell phone not working?
I was like, Johnny's gonna call me.
Oh, yeah. Bust little Johnny. That'd be, yeah. But that's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's really good stuff. That's a funny story.
Yeah.